when you're at a level where you understand that you're seeking something bigger in life, but you can't get a grip of it, you can't hold it, you want more in life, you can't find a way to do it, you can't do it. The only thing you can do in the meantime, before wasting those teen years, those most energy, like the years where you have the most energy, most health, your youth years, spending them on smoking, messing your soul up. You can be providing for your family. You can be helping your dad. You don't have to kill yourself. You can do the minimum, checking up on him and see how he's doing as a man. What can you do to lessen his burden? Just that, and see how everything will change. And I'm not saying be vocal about it, just talk about it. Actions speak louder than words. I don't care what nobody say, I will make it.
We challenge, we uplift, we motivate, and we care. The Mean Talk.
Simply live right and die a legend. The Mean Talk.
Welcome. And I want every young man to pay attention to what I'm going to talk about, because this is not a popular topic that a lot of people talk about, and this is not something I hear a lot. Even though it's really important, this is something that can make you or break you. This is something that can open your mind up at a different level that you didn't even know. This is something that can build your relationship with your parents. This is something that can change you as a man. If you really take your time and listen to what I'm going to say and allow yourself to not, make any pre-assumption. Just listen to what I'm saying and understand where I'm taking this to. And from there, you can make up your mind. And it's nothing other than fathers, right? Basically, this video is made for the young man, So, if you're a young man, I want you to listen to this. It's very important. Okay. Let's just take an example on you as a man. Let's assume you're 30 and below, or whatever age you are, but as a young man, right? Whether you have kids or not, if you still have your parents alive, let's just take the example on you as a man. Do you have anybody in this world that's offering you a helping hand? Just imagine anything. Physically, mentally, spiritually. Do you have anybody that's uplifting you, that's helping you out as a man? Because I understand women might have a lot of people lined up that's willing to take their slacks, that's willing to take their pain away. But as a young man, you are at the age of working and betting your life and creating a life for yourself and starting your family. Do you have anyone that's going to give you a helping hand without you even asking for it? Even if you ask for it, do you have somebody that's willingly running to you and trying to help you out? I'm going to answer this for you. Most of the time, no. And even if people do, they probably only help for a few times. And if you keep on demanding help from them, they're going to run away from you. They may help once, twice. After that, they're not going to be there no more because you're a burden to them. That's just an example on you as a young man. Nobody's out here to help you. And imagine you're a parent, you have responsibilities. For example, your father. Do your father have anyone that's running towards him? Let me help you out what you're doing. Let me help you out what you're doing, or what you're struggling with. I want to give you a helping hand. In this world that we're in, not even our mothers do that. So the father is alone. And as a son, since I'm talking to the young man, that's your job. And we can all agree, at least 90% of our young men in this world, in this society, don't know their purpose. We're just wasting time, smoking weed, doing whatever we feel like doing, not knowing what to do. But yet, our fathers are struggling with something, because we know every single man has something they're struggling with daily, on a daily basis. Even the little kid that's going to middle school, that's going to elementary school, has something that's bothering them. They're trying to conquer, they're trying to overcome. Whether it's their friends making fun of them, whether they're being bullied, whether they don't have the nicest clothes, whether they're poor, whether they don't have the things all their friends have. there's something in their minds that they're trying to conquer, and they still haven't conquered yet. And if you conquer that, there's another level, and a new problem is gonna come up that you have to conquer. So it's a never-ending cycle. And as a young man, you don't know your purpose yet. And your father also is a man. He's not asking for help, but don't you think he got something right now that he's struggling with? Whether it's to put food on the table, whether it's to feel appreciated, whether it's to help him provide more, whether it's to help him and give him the comfort that nobody else is giving him in this world. And the reason I thought about this is because as a young man, right, we always think about starting our families one day. We have an idea how we want to raise our kids, how we want them to turn out. Just for them to come in this world and not look up to us and not help us and just think that we don't know the best, we don't know life and they know better than us. That's what we doing, including me, right? We exclude our fathers, go out there just because they're not the man that we want to be. But there was once young too. They thought they knew better. They wanted to do bigger things. And if they're at the level they're at, it's because they couldn't overcome certain burdens, certain things that's consuming them. They still didn't overcome that for them to go to the next level. And as a son, since I'm talking to the man, I'm going to emphasize that as the son you are, you don't know your purpose yet. Let me tell you, there's no other purpose bigger than you providing the helping hand to your father. Because you're a duo. You're on the same team. Whether people may have an argument, oh, my father is toxic, my father is not a good father, he's this and that. Maybe he's not because you're not being his son. You know? No man, I don't care who you are, no man have somebody that's always there for them, to uplift them, to make them better, to help give them support. Not even your wife at times. And if you were father's son, and you know, whether by him telling you or by you observing, he may need help over here, and just provide it and be there and try to fill that void and see how your relationship with your father would change, how much he would respect you, and how much God will be proud of you, and you will see everything you touch will prosper because you're doing what you're supposed to do, because you don't know your purpose yet. Through that, you will find your purpose. Your purpose is nothing other than responsibilities. Everybody want to go to my purpose because they make it sound so beautiful. My purpose, because you think you're meant to do big things. You're supposed to be rich. What if your purpose is to be a church cleaner, a mosque cleaner? You don't want to do it no more because your purpose don't sound as good. But your number one purpose right now, before you find out your main purpose, the word God wants you to be, is to be a service to your father as a young man. Because your father's doing it all alone. Yeah, your mother may support to cook food, to tell him nice words. Other than that, he can't open up for real. Because we all understand this. You can't open up to your woman like to the level. You can talk to your brothers, your friends. Your friends probably know more about your struggles, your weaknesses than your woman know. Your woman only know your strength or whatever she can observe, and she try to fix that. Even if she's a good woman, she's just trying, whatever she can see, that's what she's going off of, because usually men don't come and tell them their problems. But you as a son, you're supposed to be the one to see it from a man's perspective and be like, if my dad get help from this area, his life will be way better. And see how your relationship will be with your father. And look at this society. You can tell it's a propaganda going on. You can tell there's a script being written where fathers are being removed in their kids' lives, whether daughter or sons, they've been removed. And fathers are not being respected no more. Fathers' opinions don't matter no more. It's because that's the only way you can kill a warrior spirit in somebody. And fathers are warriors. They're the armor guard. They're the security guard of the family. The warrior of the family. Without them, the family won't be there. That's the foundation. So if they make the foundation weak and be alone and they can't open up to nobody in the family is easy to be scattered around. So if you see society doing that to your father, to the one that's providing, the security guard, Even when you was an innocent baby, he was the one protecting you. And now that you're big, you want to get out of that fold. It's okay to get out if you know your purpose and God have put you to the place where you're supposed to be moving on your own. But right now, you don't know your purpose. You're not doing nothing better with your life. All you do is hang out with your friends, smoke weed, drink, party, and your father is struggling, grinding to put food on the table, or wherever else. Maybe he's mentally getting weaker because nobody is uplifting him. Everybody's telling him how much of a shit he is. You see that, but you don't care because you're also putting up to it. You agreeing to society, telling how your father ain't shit. But your actions is not doing anything to protect the family. So what's gonna happen to your family? And do you think that if you don't see the flaws, the problem that's going on with your dad, don't you think it's gonna carry over to you when it's your turn, when you have your own kids? You assuming, oh, I'm going to try to be rich so my kids can go to private school. I can do that. My kids can go to the best schools. And wait till your kids come out in this world and see if everything's going to go according to your plan. You may be ready to invest in them, but what if they don't see it? What if they're just like you, abandoning you and hanging out with their friends, smoking, partying? That's the whole purpose of being young. Back then when school didn't exist, as a young man, when you are born, you are your father's apprentice. He sends you places. Let's say your father is a shoemaker or whatever business he has from a young age, because school didn't exist then. He teaches you what he knows so he can fill in the void when he's not there or whenever he's not around. He tell you, oh, go buy this product from this store. Go buy this inventory right here. Go do that. By the time you're of age to be a man, you already know everything your dad know. And sometimes he can just relax and tell you, oh, I have 3 orders, fulfill them for me. Do this for me, do that for me. And now your dad have peace of mind. You'll be in the service to your dad until you find your own purpose. Everybody's not meant to find their purpose in the teen years, in their 20s, in the 20 years, in their 20s. You know, and right now, all the people like my age, 25 and below, it's either you looking up to somebody online, you want to be just like them, influencers, and you're thinking that's how life is in real life. But we can all agree you don't know your purpose, because if you knew, you can't help it but to work on it. So your purpose is to uplift your father. Instead of going out, hanging out with your friends, smoking weed, doing all these cool stuff, hanging out with girls, chasing girls, you can be your father's apprentice. Maybe you don't want to be just like your father, but he can tell you where he went wrong at, so he can do the opposite, and he's going to push you there because he couldn't make it, so he's going to make sure you make it. And we see a lot of stories, right? When we can see people that grow up in poverty and their parents tell them at a young age, like, you're our only hope. If you don't make it, we're only hoping on you to make it so we can get out of this poverty. And people might say that's a lot of stress on the kid. That's a lot of tension on the kid growing up. That's a lot of burden on them. But that's how everybody's supposed to be to their father. You owe them a lot. You owe them. You're supposed to be of service to them. But society is it's making it so easy for young men to just go against their parents because you're preoccupied with school, and school is telling you this, that, and the third. You have to focus on your education and all that. It's okay to focus on your education because that's what your parents want. But when you're at a level where you understand that you're seeking something bigger in life, but you can't get a grip of it, you can't hold it. You want more in life. You can't find a way to do it. You can't do it. The only thing you can do in the meantime, before wasting those teen years, those most energy, like the years where you had the most energy, most health, your youth years, spending them on smoking, messing your soul up. You can be providing for your family. You can be helping your dad. You don't have to kill yourself. You can do the minimum, checking up on him and see how he's doing as a man. What can you do to lessen his burden? Just that. And see how everything will change. And I'm not saying be vocal about it, just talk about it. Actions speak louder than words. And he's a man, he would understand, he would see through. He been here longer than you, so he has more wisdom most of the time. So all you have to do is just look into his life, observe and see. Okay, I see him. He don't seem very high when he's doing this thing. I think he's struggling with this. Find out what that is and try to fill that void and see how, without even saying words, just actions alone, and see how you and your dad's relationship would change, because you're literally becoming his son. Just because he's your biological father don't mean that you can become his son. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not speaking in biology. I'm speaking in terms where you make your father proud, like he look at you different, he talk to you different, you know, he smile different around you because you are his son. You're showing him that he's your father, like, that's my father, like, you know what I'm saying? This the man that brought me in this world. This the man that raised me when I was young, even when he was not around. But if he showed me love, if he was around teaching me things, protecting my mother, that's my father, bro. And I can turn this into a debate. Anybody that want to talk about this, we can. I'm just saying, I want you to be real with yourself. You're young, you don't know your purpose. That I'm sure of it, 100%. And even if you did, you still have a purpose to fulfill, which is your parents. You have to be dutiful to your father. You know, mothers come out naturally. Everybody want to build houses for their mom. Everybody want to do everything for their mom, but nobody talk about their fathers. Think about it. Switch places with your father. Let's assume you are your father and your father is you. So I just thought about making this video because I believe this is a topic that's important, and I understand every man go through something. After one obstacle is another. After another obstacle is another. So life is full of obstacles. If your father is stuck in one place for a long time, it means that he's struggling to bypass that obstacle. Why can't you be the helping hand? Because nobody on this earth will dedicate their life to help uplift your dad, to help your dad, but you. Your mom can only do so much, and even if she do, because most of the time they don't, and if she do, she can only say nice things, keep going, don't give up, you the best thing that happened to me. That goes a long way, but raw action is more than you can imagine, especially as a son. You'll be proud of yourself. It's not just like, oh, I'm doing this for my dad, he's gonna be proud of me. No, you would be proud of yourself. Trust me, I'm telling you, you would be proud of yourself. Just look into you. I don't even want you to look at nobody. Don't look at nothing. Look into you. What it will make of you if you know you're helping your dad overcome a lot of burdens in life, a lot of responsibilities. You're making his work lesser for him. Not because you don't have nothing better to do in the world, just because you owe it to him. That's your father. That's the man that protected you, protected your mother. And keep on doing that, still doing it. And see how the words that come out of his mouth when he's talking to you is different. The way he smiled at you is different. The way he referred to you is different. Because you showed him that he's your father and you his son, and you here to provide whatever he need. You're here to be a helping hand in every aspect you need. And I'm not saying go kill yourself to make money just to prove it. No, you do what you can. You don't have to do nothing. You just gotta show that this is my father. I'm here. Whenever he need me, I'm here. Even when he don't need me, if I can see that I can give him this, I can help him with this, I'm here. But everybody just sit here. I know my life is my life. My future is bright. When I make it, I'm gonna buy my dad a house. Fuck the house. What about now? Man to man, you know he's struggling with something. You know he might need help right here. You know he's doing a lot that you can help him lessen his burden. Why can't you do that now? It don't require no money. It don't require nothing. Maybe it require your youth, your health, your strength, your emotions, and that's it. Man, the reason I'm saying this, man, I grew up a little different, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying this is actually coming from a person that didn't have the best relationship with their father, you know what I'm saying? So I have to understand, like, whatever you want for yourself, you gotta want for others. I want my kids to be on my side. So I gotta do that. I gotta be the one to do it, so I know I deserve it when I have kids. You can just assume, oh, my dad didn't raise me the best, so I'm gonna just stay the way I am. I'm gonna try to raise my kids the best. It won't work like that, because what make you feel like you deserve it? You don't deserve nothing you didn't work for. So if you want your kids to look up to you, respect you, you gotta do the same to your father. Then, if your kids don't do it, you can feel entitled to it. Yeah, I deserve this shit. I never did this to my dad. I made sure my dad was okay. I made sure I always helped my dad. There's a different feeling that comes with that. You don't just sit here and try to do differently, try to show your dad you can do better. It's not a competition. You came from this man. This man brought you in this world. He has to give a sense of protection to your mother for you to even be on this world. And when you was a baby, your mother have to be comfortable enough to know this man can protect us for you to even grow up. Just because your mom gave you all the feelings, you know, all the love, and you thinking that's all that matters, there's more to go into it. If you don't want to believe me, wait till you get your own. You're going to find out how precious fathers are. So, this is one thing I always keep saying. There's nobody on this world that wants you to be better than them as a man other than your father. You know? He don't mind you being taller than him. He don't mind you being richer than him. He don't mind you being nicer than him. He don't mind people praising you. Even when he's a donkey, he's the only one that wants you to be better. But first, you gotta show him, like, that's my father, man. That's my dad. And how you do that? Show him that he's your dad by looking at him. I'm a young man now. I don't know my purpose. I don't know my sense of directions. But I know I owe my father things. I don't know if he's gonna be here in 10 years when I'm enjoying my riches or whatever I'm seeking in life. But now I know I'm strong. I know I'm healthy. I know I got youth. Why can I use that to show him this my father? I'm a service of yours. Whenever you need me, I'm here. Even when you don't tell me, I can just look into you. That's my job, to actually look and find something I can do. Yeah, that's your job. That's your purpose. Purpose is not one size fit all. You start with small, bigger, it get bigger and bigger. So, look into yourself and see what he will make of you. If you can lessen your dad's burdens.